Welcome to NCC Unplugged, the podcast from Norwin Christian Church where conversations, community, and culture converge.
Welcome to another NCC Unplugged. This time we have an NCC Roundtable with the staff, and of course we are talking metaphorically because we do not have a table in front of us, nor if we did would it be round. So we are here to chat and converse as a staff, just talking about our lives, things that have been going on, the things that we have coming up. And so why don't you all introduce yourselves? Start over here.
I'm Jonathan, youth minister.
I'm Allison, the director of children's ministries.
I'm Brion, worship minister and tech minister.
And I am Matt, the director of digital things online.
Wow, Matt, that was very calming.
Who are you?
Again, I'm Matt.
And who are you?
My name is Jeff Terpstra, and it is a pleasure to be with you here today, friends, for this roundtable discussion. All right. With those introductions over, it has been a long time since we've done this, guys. In fact, so I'm still getting questions about the last time, though, because what I talked about the last time, I think it was like at the very end of the episode, was going skydiving.
Yeah.
So myself and one of the members from my small group that I do now on Tuesday mornings went skydiving up in Grove City, and it was wonderful. It was a blast. I survived, obviously. I'm here.
Would you do it again?
I would, under the right scenario.
Okay.
I definitely got like seasick, which I get seasick anyways, like not immediately, but and then like after everything's over, and the person I went with got seasick too, and afterwards they're like, "Oh, you could take Dramamine." I'm like, "Oh, that would have been helpful this morning."
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was like 1,200 feet or something like that, and you're up there in this rickety old plane that it definitely seems more safe to jump from than.
Did you get seasick in the plane or when you started falling?
No, when I started and not even like the free fall was amazing. It was just like your cheeks are like back and you're just like right going down this thing. Like I tried to scream and you can't even get words out because you're falling at I don't know how many hundreds of miles an hour or something like that. So 30-second free fall. And then the chute comes out, and it's once the chute came out, like it wasn't a hard snap or anything like that, but you just kind of like you're lulled down. And he said, because somebody's strapped to you, right? He's like, you take the cords and just start turning. And so I started doing that. He's like, no, pull harder. And it almost seems like you're going sideways. He's like, pull harder, we'll do 360. I'm like, I don't think my stomach doesn't want that. And he's like, okay, we'll just go straight. And then you land kind of sliding in on your butt. And yeah, it was an experience.
So I do have kind of an odd question about skydiving. When you're falling out of the plane, do you feel like you're falling? Or are you?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Because if you ever watch it on TV, like the videographer is falling at the same speed as the person that's also jumping if they're recording it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like
they're
actually falling.
You feel like you're going hundreds of miles an hour.
Okay, all right.
Like I don't know how fast it is. Somebody can do the math on that, but
so I feel like I could handle
wild.
that part, like the free fall. I think the part that like made my bones ache just now was like the thinking about being suspended that high for that long. You know what I mean? Like free fall, it's like seconds.
Yeah,
but how long do you
like
just coast down?
It's like 6 minutes until you get all the way down.
I don't like that.
Yeah, so it takes a long time to actually get down, and the harness is very tight.
So did the person you were tandem with kind of have to make the jump, or were you excited to get out, or did he have to kind of like push you a little bit or pull you? Or?
I don't know if my body would explain it as excited. I think like your adrenaline's going, so you just do it, but like your body's like, what are we doing now? So like you have to get down, you have to kneel on one knee at the very edge of the plane. And so you're like, oh, this really hurts. And so I want to fall anyways. So maybe that's part of what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, part of the plan. But yeah, no, it was a blast. It was fun. Like I felt safe and all of that. But I've kind of been saying to other people, like, I think everybody should experience it once. Like it's out of your comfort zone. Your body's telling you not to do it. It's an adrenaline. Like the rest of the day, I was wiped. Like I didn't want to do anything. I didn't get up. I just like sat on the couch and did nothing because like you spend so much adrenaline doing this. It's just exhausting. And the crazy thing is like the guy that's jumping with you, he lands, puts a different backpack on that somebody else had already packed for him, and he takes the next person up.
That's crazy.
He does like 5 or 6 times a day, and I'm like, there's no way. That's just kind of what they do. So it's wild. Yeah, it was an experience. I recommend it. Yeah, it was cool. So if maybe we need to do a podcast like in the plane on the way up. Maybe we'll see if the budget will cover that. I'm not quite sure we even have a budget for the podcast, but so that was what's crazy is I wouldn't even say that was like the highlight of my summer. No, lots of other stuff. We'll maybe get into it a little bit more. Like I even made a thing here on my notes of all the different things. Did a family trip down to Tennessee with my extended family. We had our 1-year anniversary of our Thursday night service that we celebrated. I went on a mission trip out to Arizona. Went to go see one of the things I've wanted to see for a really long time, which is the Lord of the Rings movie with the orchestra playing the music live. Me and my buddy Maddie over there went together. Yeah. In that same vein, I stayed at the Hobbit Airbnb, which was awesome. So just lots of things happening in my summer. Throughout that, I've been trying to build this fire pit in my backyard, and that's been so much digging, and it's ridiculous how much it's taken. But my hands have calluses all over. But
it's manly.
I was going to say those are working man's hands.
About time. Yeah.
And by all over, I mean one. And it really hurts, guys. It's painful, but. So maybe we'll talk about some of that as you guys talk about your summers as well. And that was like mostly stuff outside of ministry. And so it's just been a busy summer with all of that. But I know ministry's really been busy. Allison, you actually missed the last roundtable we had. We talked about VBS a little bit in that kind of in preparation for that because it was coming up right after that. So talk a little bit about your summer as far as ministry.
Sure. I mean, VBS feels at this point like it's ages ago.
Yeah.
It was great. It's always so fun to see so many volunteers from all different areas of the church come together to make one event a success. And just to be able to proclaim the name of Jesus day after day after day with the kids is really great. So it was a great way to kick off the summer. And then we had couple summer fun days in there, and personally most of my summer was preparing to send our daughter to college for the first time, and so we did a lot of packing and a lot of shopping and a lot of making family memories together. You mentioned Grove City. That's actually where she is, at Grove City College, so we're really fortunate that she's only about an hour and 20 minutes away. So we've seen her several times.
I have a discount code for skydiving now that I'll send to her.
Oh,
so
dear.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. She's way more more of a risk taker than I am, and she's like super independent and brave. So I don't know. Yeah. She might before I would do it. She would do it.
Jim would do it.
You think?
Oh, I don't know why I think that. I just feel like he'd be.
You're calling him out right now.
I'm not going to go with him. But I wouldn't do it. But I feel like if he was given the opportunity, he would go.
We can't bring this up to him in real life. I mean, this podcast is real life, but we'll see if he listens to the podcast and see if he responds.
That's good. That's good.
So everybody listening should go up to Jim just randomly on a Sunday morning and say, "So you're going skydiving?" And just like don't tell him about it. Just, we'll see if he listens.
Right.
So Allison, did that milestone of having a college student hit you hard?
It did. She and I are very close, so just knowing that she was heading away and wasn't going to be home on a daily basis, that was hard. But it's also just like making me feel old. Like how are Jim and I possibly old enough to have a college-age child? And then our son Cooper is only 3 years behind, so just knowing that relatively soon, we'll be empty nesters. So it's just looking for ways that we can pour into other ministries, other people and relationships now that we are finding a little additional time in our schedule. But also making sure, Cooper was never the only child. And so making sure that we have some fun with him and do some things with him now that he's home without Lily.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Jonathan, what about you? You had some big trips, CIY, camp, all that stuff.
We did, yeah. They were all great. CIY was awesome. We had a really good time. We suffered together a little bit, like first world problem type thing. There was no AC in the dorms. And like...
We had a hot summer, too.
Well, the first 3 weeks of June were like temperate and rainy, and it was fine. And then the last week of June when we went to CIY, it was like 85 and above every day. Like only got down to like 70s overnight, and you're in these concrete boxes, just so it was hot, but it was a lot of fun.
Lily said that she slept with her fan in her bed during CIY.
Yeah, the fans barely even helped. Like they had to be that close to you because by the time the air got to you, it was just like dead.
It was funny. Juliet texted me, and I didn't know going into it there wasn't going to be air conditioning, so super hot. And she's like, "I'm like, how you doing?" She's like, "Good, except for no AC." And I thought it was just like her. Well, I go into dad mode. I'm like, what do you mean there's no AC in your room? Get a different room. And she's like, Dad, no, like nobody has it.
There's no AC.
Oh, you all are suffering together then. Yes.
Yes. So we will have AC this year, next year.
All right.
But no, it was a great trip and had a lot of great spiritual conversations and spiritual development in the students and just a lot of fun. Like we take more people every year and there's just a lot of excitement. And camp was great too. It was another hot week, but very good. Again, like students were great. I feel like, when you're getting together at a camp style thing where it's like a bunch of different churches, I don't know like 75% of the students, so you really don't know what's going to happen. But they were all wonderful, and we couldn't have been a better week.
Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. What would you say, like just seeing the students involved in all those, what was like one or two highlights of like hearing from a student or seeing their story, seeing a change in them throughout the summer?
Yeah. One thing to speak to everybody that went to CIY was each night they have some sort of interaction element where you're interacting with the message in some way, whether you're symbolically laying something down or picking something up or writing something, just to like kind of a symbol of commitment towards an idea. And everyone in the group did at least one throughout the week, like whatever they were feeling, but not everybody did everything. So it wasn't just like, oh, we're all just going to go up and do it. Like everyone did something and interacted with it in some way. We had a lot that were talking about interest in ministry, so that was really exciting. Been able to have some conversations about that, and that's been very, very exciting. Yeah,
cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
cool. Well, Brion, this is only your second roundtable, I think.
First roundtable.
First roundtable because you weren't even on the last one. All right, first roundtable. So, Brion, what was your summer like? Anything big happening in your life?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of shopping and planning, just like Allison, for a very different reason. Just preparing for our baby boy Ace to come into the world.
Oh, yeah. Ace! Yes. So that's exciting. Tell us a little bit about first time dadhood.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like everyone kept telling me that they can't really explain the feelings and everything that goes on, and I never understood that until now. Having Ace here is just like, wow. I wake up every morning and see him, and it's like, you look different than you did yesterday. You're bigger and completely changing your look, but you love it. And it's just like, even like the hard moments, it's just like, this is so fun. And it's like, you never get this time back with him. So,
yeah. Very cool. So mom's doing good, baby's doing good, all that?
Yeah, everybody's doing great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Still have all that hair?
Yes.
Nice.
Tons of hair.
Yeah. He's got good hair. That kid.
Yeah. So Brion, tell us a little bit about the summer that you've had here at NCC. Your first summer with us, you're still getting to experience things kind of for the first time. We went on a conference together as a staff. We just got back from that last week. Just kind of ministry-wise, talk about where you are with things, what's been going on, some highlights for you.
Yeah. So just over the summer, it was just like still trying to find my footing, rhythms, getting to know the team a lot better, learn how to better lead the church through worship and song. each Sunday, each weekend, week out, things like that. And so like it's been really good getting to see people like outside of worship, like whether I'm going to a soccer game or going to a track meet, just meeting them outside the church and then their type of things that they like to do. It's been great getting to know them like that. And I look forward to just getting to know more and more people and volunteers throughout the rest of this year.
Yeah. So you've been onboarding some new people, right, into the worship team?
Yep.
So what's that process like if somebody's like, I think I can sing, or hey, I used to play guitar. Maybe the church needs that a little bit. Maybe I can use that. Like, what would someone do in that case?
Yeah. So definitely, if you have an interest, reach out to me, Brion at NorwinChristianChurch.com.
Brion with an O.
Yes, Brion with an O. Brion.
Yeah.
Yes. If this is you, reach out to me. But yeah, so if you have a passion for worship and leading others in it, you could definitely reach out to me. I will send you our team guidelines. And from there, we'll talk about, okay, what are your talents and gifts? Do you like to sing? Do you like to play an instrument? Do you like to do both? Things like that. And then we'll go through an audition process. And then going forward from that, we'll talk about expectations.
Cool.
So one thing I think people get nervous about auditioning, I'm asking this because I know you have an answer. What if I were to audition, but I'm not quite ready for that? Because it's a little bit intense, you know, what we do on a Sunday. And like, what if I'm not quite ready for that? Is it just a no? What do we do?
So it's not like just a hard no. It would be like, okay, I see that you might not be exactly ready to hop up there next Sunday. I'll gladly work with you to kind of get you to a spot where you are ready to be up there. So yeah, whether that's working with you instrumentally wise, trying to figure out how to play alongside other band members, things like that, get used to that. There are lots of different ways that we can try to improve to get you ready, prepared to be on there Sunday. So.
Great answer. Nice.
Cool. Thanks, Brion. Matt, I'm sure you've had a busy summer.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think for me, well, a couple things since last time. Jonathan and I both went to Hawaii.
We did.
Yeah.
Kind
Not
of together,
but not really.
But
yeah,
said kind of together.
Yeah.
But
But you were like there at the same time.
we were there at the same
yeah.
time. We met up several times.
okay.
We did.
Went on hikes and
That's
found all
wild.
these like awesome secluded beaches. We went with the Brognas. Or we were there at the same time as the Brognas as well.
Yeah.
If we went with the Brognas, I would have tried to get Lance to pay for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so met up for dessert and everything. We were gonna meet up for dinner one night. But then, like, this earthquake happened in Russia and the tsunami, and we had to evacuate, and it was pretty insane. It was,
I remember hearing about that over the summer.
Yeah, it was stressful during the time. All of our flights, because it was like the last full day we were there, so all of our flights got delayed or canceled. So we were in Hawaii for an extra day and a half, which, yes, everybody is like, "Ooh, what a bad place to be." But during that extra day and a half, trying to extend our rental car rental, trying to extend the condo, like trying to get new flights and everything. So there were some like relaxation moments on that extra day and a half, but the flight home and everything was like the worst experience I've ever had, to the point where my wife, who loves to travel, we landed finally in Pittsburgh after like 15 hours on the plane, and it was a comedy of errors, one thing after another. And we weren't even sitting together because how we had to book the flight. And I texted her. I was like, I am not flying for a very long time. And she was like, same here. So for her to say that, but then, a week out, we started looking at pictures and we're like, oh, we can't wait to go back.
So for you guys that experienced this like lockdown with the tsunami and stuff, like, did you have to like leave your hotel where you were? Did you get, like, was there like a safe area to congregate? What did you guys have to do?
So we had to go up north. We were on the south shore on the island of Kauai, and we had to go up north about 10 miles, which took almost 2.5, 3 hours to go, because like the whole island was like going.
It's just like higher elevation.
Yeah. We got to the Kauai Community College. So thankfully there was air conditioning there. A lot of people that evacuated to other places didn't have that. So yeah, it was an experience.
That's wild.
Definitely, yeah. I think you evacuated.
It's similar, yeah. Where we were, we were able to get back to the resort and get our stuff because we weren't sure, like, the resort's like right by the ocean, so you don't want all your stuff to get washed away. So we packed up the car and we drove, and I had our group was actually split up because some of us went one way, some of us went the other way, and I had my wife and my mother-in-law, and fortunately Chris, my mother-in-law, had been to Hawaii like 25 times, so they like know the island. So she's looking at like where they told us to go, and she's like, well, I know a back way up this mountain that can get us there. And we went, and like once we got out of the main place, there was no traffic, and we just climbed the mountain and got there. It wasn't bad. Like, we were chilling at this community center. There was like a pot pie store that just stayed open all night, so you just get pot pies. And I had a good time.
It was funny because I went into like hunter-gatherer like mode, which I tend to do sometimes. So like I dropped Dana and the kids off at the college, and there was a 7-Eleven right across the street. And I was like, I'll be right back. So like I go in and I'm like, what do I got to get? Well, at that point, other people were also like rating it and everything. Yeah. So I got like a couple bags of beef jerky, a Gatorade, like just some like random stuff. And then as the night went on, I saw a guy come in with a grocery bag, and I was like, where'd you get food? Because like we didn't eat dinner. It happened around like 2-3 o'clock where we had to evacuate. So like we didn't eat lunch at that point. We weren't eating dinner. And he was like, oh, the Safeway up the road's open 24 hours. And I was like, there's food at the Safeway? And I was like, wait a second, dummy. Yeah. Like
there's like an initial reaction to panic, but then you're like, like they're used to this. And like,
right.
Yeah, there's still a restaurant, like they're open, like all these places. Walmart, there's a Walmart a couple miles down the road. It's like, we're okay.
And to that point, not to make the story any longer, but I will, as we're like getting our stuff to evacuate, there's a maintenance guy for where we stayed. He's outside working on a light pole, and he has a caulking gun, and he's like caulking it, and like everybody else in the condo, we're like running and loading stuff up. He's like, oh man. And I was like, oh no, what? He's like, my caulking gun broke. So like he gets on the phone with his boss. He's like, hey, I got to run up to the store. My gun broke. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, we're in fear for our lives right now. And you're like, my caulking gun broke. So, but yeah, that was an experience. Other things I've been doing, I don't know if this is a midlife crisis coming out.
Oh boy.
I'm only 43, but no, I'm trying to trying to learn new things and not just be happy with like what I know and like the same boring routine every day. So like to part of that, I started playing on the worship team on Thursday nights, playing the box drum, the cajon. So I'm learning how to play that better. I also started playing hockey again. Only I used to play forward like forever, but I was like, I know how to do that. I want to play goalie now. So I'm kind of in the process of learning how to play goalie.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's really cool because Levi and Cooper play on an inline team together, and they couldn't get a goalie for the season. So they were like, do you want to play? And I was like, yeah, sure. So it's 43-year-old with
schooling a bunch of
no, they're schooling me.
Yeah, for sure.
And everyone's like, oh my goodness, how can you let those teenagers score? They are good. Like they play on like 5 different teams and everything. Like they're good, but been playing hockey 2 to 3 times a week, and enjoy learning new things. Once I kind of master that, we'll see what's next. So, any suggestions, recommendations? Let me know. Maybe crocheting. I don't know.
Yeah, we have a small group.
We got a group for that.
Yeah, hey, I could join that. Yeah.
Jump on it. Lots of stuff going on here at the church. I did mention went on that mission trip. Group of 30 of us here from NCC went over to Sholo, Arizona, to work with an organization called American Indian Christian Mission. And they are a school, a residential school, so the kids will stay there throughout the week and then go home on the weekends, just outside of a reservation. And so on this reservation, there's 4 or 5 different American Indian tribes that are on the reservation, and this school serves all of those, and just doing some good work for an area that really sees a lot of poverty, really sees a lot of the lack of education and hope for any sort of life. And so just really eye-opening, to go to a place that is in the United States. And so it's, 3-hour, 4-hour plane ride. It's close. But man, it is so different than where we live. I mean, just the sights and looking at the way the mountains are and different things, but just the poverty, the systems that people are in are vastly different. But at the end of the day, like, the people are the same. Like, they're just like us. What we would do each day, or almost every day, we would go. We do a few things in the morning at the school, some painting, some different things to get them ready for the school year. And then we go onto the reservation and play games. It was like a VBS program. We prepared a skit ahead of time. We had a Bible memory verse for all the kids, and we fed them every day as well for lunch. And so just, like, the kids are kids. They're all the same. They want to play tag. They want to run around. We played a lot of basketball. And so it was eye-opening. I brought my kids, Allison and I did, brought our kids with us. And so that was really good to have them experience that and to see, man, you can impact somebody's life just by getting them to memorize a Bible verse. Because we know we're not going to be there, but we hope that memory verse stays with them even longer than the memory of us. And then we also know we're not leaving them alone. There's a church doing work there. There's a school doing work. And so we're trying to connect them with those different ministries. But God's work is needed around the world, in the United States and beyond, and in our backyard too. Stuff in our backyard. We've been starting new ministries. Our small groups kicked off a few weeks ago. Joshua, who's not here with us on the Roundtable, has picked that up. We're still hiring for small group and outreach minister, kind of staff position short because of that. And so it kind of fell on Joshua's plate to do small groups. And so he got just over 30 groups off the ground and started this fall. And so that's exciting. We haven't looked at all the numbers yet, but I know there's going to be dozens of new people involved in the group, dozens of people that have been part of the church for years that are finally jumping into a group somewhere. There's a hiking group for like Saturday afternoons that got a lot of signups, a lot of people interested. And so things like that, where it's like a combined activity, but they're going to have a lesson and a devotion time and all of that. So for you guys, kind of what have been, like, ministry wise, a highlight that you just want to share with some people, something you saw this summer that you're like, yeah, this is why we do what we do. Anything come to mind for you guys?
I got one. It has to do with our small group. Dana and I started hosting one. We used to host several years and years ago. Took a little bit of a break, but now we got back into it. One thing that was really cool, and just goes to show kind of like the reach of the internet and how you can use it for something good. Yeah. We had somebody sign up for our group. Had no idea who it was. So I talked to Jeff. I'm like, do you know who this lady is? He's like, I have no idea. So I asked Joshua, because if anybody's going to know, it's Joshua. So I was like, do you know who this is? Like, no idea at all. So as our group gets closer, I reach back out to her and let her know date, time, location, everything. And being that she's going to be in our house, I'm like, who is this? So like, hey, how'd you find out about her group? She was like, so we live in Trafford. And she was like, I wanted to join a small group. So I typed into Google small groups in Trafford, PA. And she was like, your group popped up. So she joined and she showed up for the first group. Great lady, really seemed to like fit in really well and felt comfortable. That's like so talking cool. And everything. And yeah, so that was really neat to see. So
yeah. She wasn't worried that you guys were the creeps?
Well, yeah. So actually to that, she got in. She's like, oh, good. She saw everybody else. She's like, oh, good. This is a real small group. She's like, I was going to have to alert my family. Like, should I have like a safe word text or something? Like help? Or yeah. But no, yeah. So cool. we're looking forward to that. And then also kind of on the ministry front, Dana and I, as long as we've been coming here, we've never like really served in an area together outside of doing a small group. So we're going to start working the welcome desk once a month for now. And cool. Just looking forward to greeting people, maybe first timers as they come in and welcoming them to the church. So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Any other highlights for anybody else? Anything you think about?
I think for NCC Kids, a couple of weeks ago, we had a big event called Coffee and Conversations that we spent a lot of months prepping for, and it was successful. Just the goal was really to talk more about what it means to disciple your children in their walk with Christ. But the secondary goal was to have the families be able to interact with the NCC Kids team, because often on a Sunday morning, drop off and pick up happens very rapidly. And I was hearing from the volunteers that they really wanted to get to know the families better. They know their children, and they're making relationships in small groups with them and all of those kinds of things. And so the way we structured the morning really allowed a lot of interaction between the team and the families. And so I love just kind of stepping back and watching that happen. And then we had a panel discussion. We used a piece of technology where they were able to scan a QR code and input an anonymous question. And so we had Lance Brognall, one of our elders, moderate the panel discussion, and he was getting those questions on his computer, and he would just fire them at us as we went. And so it was really, Jonathan was on the panel. I thought it was pretty fun to have to think on our feet that morning.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't so convinced.
No,
I
it was
heard
fun.
yes,
It was
but I
good,
felt no.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah. So sometimes I don't articulate as well, but that's probably a good thing, because it's like they just hear my unfiltered answer to things. So, no, I liked it.
Cool.
Yeah, it was great. It was a really good event. I think it was I'm not saying this because I was on the panel. Other people on the panel, it was a great panel. Like Isabella came up, and it's great to see her. Chris was on there. Gary was there, and it was just everybody offered a unique perspective, for sure.
Cool. So looking now, we are in fall. Temperature-wise, it doesn't feel like that yet, but the leaves are falling. I think the trees are actually just dying. But we are in fall nonetheless. And I think kind of as a church rhythm, this is like we're settled into the groove now. We kicked things off. We started anything that we were going to start new. These next few months are just kind of following the rhythms of what we're started. And then we'll hit the holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then we'll hit the new year. And so just kind of into that rhythm of all that we've started. There are some big things coming up and some different things that we'll do and some announcements to be made at church. For myself, we're covering 2 Samuel up to Christmas. We did 1 Samuel at the beginning of the year, if you guys remember. And so we're going to kick it off, and the elders prepared us for a little bit. The staff here was all at a conference, and so the elders stepped up and preached, and Aaron Persall and some others helped on Thursday with the band. And so just a great opportunity for us to be away, to go learn at a conference, get fired up, come back, and now we're ready to go with some different things as well. So as you guys look forward to your fall, beginning of winter, anything coming up that is of note that we should highlight?
We've got fall retreat coming up at the end of this month.
Up at Camp Christian?
Up at Camp Christian.
Cool.
Yeah, that's our big fall event that we'll do for middle school and high school.
On Halloween night, right?
Halloween night. It's going to be exciting. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have some trunk or treat going on. We've got some corn mace the next day. Some great fall stuff.
Cool.
I'm excited about it. Fall retreat's always feels like a very laid back event, because it's like they're all at school all the time. It's fall. It's getting cozy by that time. So it's like everybody just kind of comes to that weekend to take a breath, enjoy some time with friends, recharge spiritually, reconnect with God, and then, jump back in. Because after fall retreat, really, like, you get into that holiday rush, and it's just like constant.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice. It's a nice restful time.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll be leading the 4th through 6th grade fall retreat the weekend after that with my friend Patsy Ciciano from First Christian New Salem. So same things, just looking forward. It's just like always a crisp weather weekend, and just fun to be outside with the kids and spend some time talking. We're going to be talking about some spiritual habits in their lives and building their foundation on Jesus. So I'm looking forward to that theme and really helping them even at that young age, understanding that we need to be building on Christ. And then around here, I think as we continue to grow numerically, we've just been seeing some of our age groups are just like filled, and then other age groups, because of groups that got promoted at back to school time, a few of the age groups are smaller. And so I think I just want to spend kind of the fall keeping an eye on those numbers and just seeing if we need to make any small changes to how the age groups meet together, just so that we know that everyone is just able to learn in the best environment. We don't have any one particular age group that's like busting at the seams. So I think that's something I'm going to look forward to this fall, is just kind of keeping an eye on that. We celebrate how exciting it is every time there are new families and new people, but we do need to pay attention to rooms where there's like 10 toddlers at once and
we
things
want to
like
keep
that.
things safe. We want to keep,
Right.
ministry happening. And so there's certain constraints that we try to deal with.
You'll never guess what we're talking about at fall retreat. Any guesses? Starts with a J. We will talk about Jesus, but it's not Jesus. Like the main Bible character. You'll never
Jonathan.
guess. No.
Joseph.
Nope.
Job.
I don't know if I want to tell you because I want to do a contest at fall
Jehoshaphat.
retreat.
Well, you said we're never going to guess, so
Jeremiah.
why try?
Jerusalem.
Jail.
No. Jehoiakim. Get
King
ready.
Jehoiakim. Okay.
The J is silent.
Jehoiakim. Yep.
Okay.
Jehoiakim.
So Allison,
gonna be
you
great.
remind us with growth. Hey, we have a shuttle service going on, right? We started a shuttle in the fall. Our parking lot just gets jam packed. It gets, the in and out between services is really difficult, and so we've been asking people to take that shuttle. And so you are one of them that we are asking. If you are listening or watching, or in the perimeter of someone hearing or watching this, you need to take the shuttle.
Even if you're not listening or watching this, you need to take
That's
the
right.
shuttle.
That's right. No, anybody that's able to, we'd love for you to drive down to Norwin Hill Shopping Center on Sunday. I got the times. Reach out to me, Jeff at NorwinChristianChurch.com.
Two Fs.
And two Fs.
Is there an O in there?
There's no
Like,
O.
no?
It is
Okay.
O free.
Okay.
And we'll get you that. But that's kind of one of the things, as a church, like we continually evaluate things. Hey, we want to make sure what's being done continues our mission. And part of that is like having a parking lot where people don't have to drive around 2 or 3 times finding a parking spot. And so you can actually help us live out the mission of teaching all to follow Jesus by parking somewhere else.
Yeah.
So just a little thing, but that's what we've been asking people to do. So for you guys over here, anything coming up this fall? You're just kind of getting back into the groove of things.
Yeah, getting back into the groove of things, and then I'll be helping lead worship at Allison's retreat for 4th and 6th graders.
Very cool.
So
Very
I'm
cool.
looking forward to doing that.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for our NCC Roundtable. Just sitting around here chatting a little bit, talking about life. Friends. Thanks, friends. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to NCC Unplugged. If you've enjoyed our podcast, please be sure to rate and review it and share it with your friends and family. If you are interested in learning more about Norwin Christian Church, visit our website at norwinchristianchurch.com. We also invite you to join us at NCC for one of our 3 services. Sundays at 8:45 and 10:30 a.m. and Thursdays at 7 p.m. We have engaging classes for all ages, ensuring there is something meaningful for everyone in our church community. Thanks once again for listening, and we hope you have a great week.